RYUC AAR Essential, Introduction and Importance of Our Creativity Essentials for Our Creativity. This recording is part of a series of recordings reporting on an exploration into our creativity, collectively entitled Releasing Your Unlimited Creativity After Action Report, abbreviated as RYUC AAR. This particular recording introduces the creativity essentials and addresses why the creativity essentials are essential to our creativity. Background. Creativity essentials are the concepts, principles, ideas, or whatever one may wish to call them, related to the source out of which our creativity arises. The journey of exploration into our creativity reveals the essentials needed to be addressed and understood in some way by an individual if one desires to move as deep as possible into their own creativity, creative ability, and creative power in this incarnation. Otherwise, one would be placing self-imposed limits on their creativity. Essentials are not the building blocks or the foundational items used to create something. Rather, the essentials are about the stuff out of which the building blocks and foundation items arise. It is suggested you ponder, contemplate, do your own experiments, and gain personal experience with the creative essentials such that you know their truth for yourself. Here I'd like to bring your attention to the fact we each have a very unique perspective of creation. What I say and what I write about on the topic of our creativity with its relationship with the creative essence of creation are my comments based upon my observations and experience from the journey of exploration into our creativity. If what I say resonates with you, use it. Otherwise, it is recommended you do your own contemplation, experiments, and explorations into the variety of topics discussed here to see what is true for you. From where did the creativity essentials arise? It has been observed, whether we realize it or not, our creativity and our creative imagination are our most valuable asset and underlies all that we do and all that we are. Creativity was not a subject for which I had an interest to pursue, but I found my life had other plans. Rather, I found I was gently led to explore creativity. In this exploration, three topical areas revealed themselves, where each area could be an exploration unto themselves. The first area, and probably the most important area, was coming to understand the existence of what can best be described as a presence within each of us. I first encountered this presence in a way that I describe as a creative spirit and its associated creative life energy and creative passion. I found the need to create the space for each individual for this creative spirit to be free to unfold and experience and create what it desired to create. Along with creating the space for the individual's creative spirit to freely explore itself, arose all the reasons why an individual was not free to allow this creative spirit to freely unfold in its life. The second area of exploration, which originally arose as a conscious exploration into our creativity, typical of any academic and engineering exploration. The occasion to start the exploration was, as a manager, where I was looking for creative solutions to the problems that we were facing within the workplace. My desire was to get people out of the limitations of the box of their own thinking to explore new and different possibilities in terms of improving production, health, safety, and all the other things that needed to be addressed as workplace challenges. The goal was to find a new way of being and doing the work. The third area that I explored was related to why I was finding so many, quote, successful people, but unhappy individuals. The question was, what is it that was not allowing the individuals to create what they seemed to want to create in their life? This question became the occasion for me to explore why was the techniques and different things given to people that would supposedly direct them to a concept of success where they would be fulfilled and satisfied with their life didn't seem to be working. It is this third area of what it was which kept the individuals away from their own success that eventually led to the creativity essentials. In looking at what was keeping individuals away from their own success, the key was they were not able to fully and effectively tap into their own creative power and creative insights that they needed to create or move into that direction, what I'd come to call a life worth living. A life worth living is so rich and full that if you found out that you died and eternity was doing what you're doing now, your life would be so rich and so full that you would be happy for eternity exploring that life and living that life. Such a life may be seen as seemingly something impossible, but in reality it's available to us if we know how to access and tap into our creativity. The creativity essentials are those areas that I feel an individual needs to understand and address in some way to allow themselves to fully access the aspects of their creativity that they need in a given situation to create the kind of solution or what they would desire to experience at that time and that place. There was a fourth area which revealed itself but was not really part of the exploration into the creativity as such. Rather, this fourth area was more seeing how my life unfolded and was guided to experiences related to the observations relative to our creativity and what I experienced in seeing to live my life based upon the results and observations made in the journey. The single most important observation. The single most important observation and experience summarized from the journey of exploration into our creativity, said in the simplest way using a human perspective, is that the creative essence of creation, the stuff out of which creation arises, seeks to experience its creation through us. The energy within us giving rise to our life and sustaining us is a unique expression of the creative essence of creation, and our body is the vehicle this creative essence chose to create to use for the experience it desires to have. We, our unique subjective awareness, has been invited to dance with this energy and what this energy desires to create. Embedded within this statement and the observations and findings made in the journey of exploration into our creativity are a variety of concepts which give rise to the items addressed in the RYUC After Action Report. The RYUC After Action Report seeks to address the variety of ways it was observed that individuals creatively keep themselves from their own success. What is noted in the After Action Report are the more common obstacles observed preventing individuals from exploring the deeper aspects of their own creativity. It is noted there are several essential concepts of which it is recommended one be aware, if not understood, if one desires to access the depth and breadth of creativity available to a human being. 20+ concepts have been identified as creativity essentials. Each is discussed separately. 7 of these essential concepts have been labeled core concepts in that each core carries an understanding and implications that goes beyond any words I can use to describe the concept. Other than 7 core items, the numbering of the essentials is immaterial. The numbers are there if you wish to study the creativity essentials as you would a lesson plan. What has been provided here is only a starting point. Exploring, understanding, and using what has been provided in the Creativity Essentials is only a starting point. To truly embrace and explore the depth and breadth of what it means that we are the creative essence of creation, expressing itself through us goes well beyond what is discussed here and beyond what is discussed in the Releasing Your Unlimited Creativity Understanding web and YouTube postings. The journey of exploration into our creativity suggests the implications of being the creative essence of creation, desiring to experience its creation through us are incredible, and humanity seems to only have scratched the surface of what it's possible to do with our creativity. The true depth and breadth of what it means to be the creative essence of creation is something which calls us to experience for ourselves. It's a solo journey. We can listen to others and see what works for them, but we have to do our own experiments and explorations as to what works for us and look at our own inner awareness as to what gives rise to our life and moves us in the direction of a life worth living. The challenge is how to access what is possible. The Releasing Your Unlimited Creativity Understanding. The Releasing Your Unlimited Creativity Understanding and its associated websites, YouTube videos, and RYUC After Action Report are directed at empowering our unique subjective perceptions, our creativity, and our creative imagination. The desired endpoint is to open the door to access the depth and breadth of our creativity and move into a deep as possible awareness and experience of our connection with the creative essence of creation, which provided us with an invitation to dance with it. The Releasing Unlimited Creativity is directed at stretching our perspective about reality to open the door to the depth and breadth of our inherent creative power and creative ability. Some of the concepts presented are analogies and serve as pedagogical purposes. One should not assume what is presented is exactly the way the universe works, but are effective for our creativity and the exploration of our creativity and of creation.